Oh.
The quick learner trait is going to allow your sim to learn more quickly than another kind of sim. The mode we were just in is called Create a Sim, or CAS, and it allows you to customize your sim's appearance and clothing. And the only reason clothing is really important is your sim can actually overheat or freeze to death. I'm going to try to keep to 2 expansion packs. The first one is Seasons, and we're choosing Fall for this. And the second expansion pack that I would choose would be Tiny Living, because a micro home will allow your sim to learn skills at an even faster rate than just Quick Learner. These abilities, these traits, stack. As you just saw, I placed my sim in an empty lot in Willow Creek. What you can do here is, instead of building, you can go to the gallery and you can choose a lot that another player has already built. However, it's just as easy to build your own lot, and that's what I'm going to do here to make sure and have the bare minimum for my sim that is the cheapest, and getting them started as quickly as possible. The one exception to the cheapest building items is going to be the bed. Having a good bed is going to allow your sim to fill their sleep need faster, and this is going to be important. I started with a basic L-shaped room because it's a little more interesting than a box, and I made sure to choose a door that only takes up 1 grid square as opposed to 2. I then chose a very basic, cheap panel for the outside, and then for the inside I went with a very basic, cheap paint. I then add a basic roof and make sure and copy the paneling on the outside to the roof. One of the cool skills in this game is handiness, and handiness means that you can upgrade your appliances, your toilet, your shower, your bath, your sink, your stove, your electronics like your TV or your computer, and each of these can be upgraded to give better performance for your sim. They'll break less often, they'll be more comfortable to use, they'll help your sim's needs fill faster, so it's just to your advantage to learn how to do handiness, and we will get to that very soon. I chose a mid-range bed. It's not too expensive like the ones with the best comfort and best need filling, but it's not so cheap that it's uncomfortable and that your sim is going to sleep for a long time. And then I also chose the basic toilet, the basic shower. If I left the floor plan as it was, there wouldn't be any room for a kitchen, so I expanded the walls a little bit, rearranged the bed, and then I could add counter space, a sink, a fridge, a stove, and a little library for the top of the fridge. The little library is going to be helpful for the nerd brain aspiration. One of the first things that the sim needs to do is to read 3 books. The reason I chose the fall season is one of the holidays is called Harvest Fest, and during Harvest Fest, one of the tasks is to appease a gnome. That's right, garden gnomes. So once you've appeased your gnome, they will drop seed packets for your gardening. And it's really easy and cheap way to get your freelance botanist aspiration and also to earn some money, because even if you keep one of each item, you'll still have a surplus that you can sell back. And this is nice when you've just started the game but you don't want to get a job yet. Another easy way to start making money is to buy an attic stack. You can find that using the search function in the build menu. And the attic stack allows you to rummage for fall decorations. And in the beginning, you need the money more than you really want. The plus 2 environment that these decorations will give you. So what you can do is you can buy your attic stack, you can rummage for fall decorations, and you can sell the decorations to immediately start getting like cash back and build up your Sims household funds. The other way to start doing that really quickly and cheaply is to buy a pile of presents. And it's important to get the right kind so that it functions, because there's another present that doesn't allow you to sneak a present or to open a present. And you want the pile of presents that allows you to sneak a present and open a present, because these items you can sell for cash or you can keep to start really building up your household. I briefly mentioned the freelance botanist aspiration earlier, and the reason this aspiration is so important is the reward trait allows your sim to extinguish fires. They'll be brave enough to run towards the fire with fire extinguisher, and this can be really important because there is a bug in the Sims, and sometimes your sim will go to use the toilet and pee fire. Um, so your sim can catch fire from going to the toilet, and you really want to have completed the freelance botanist aspiration to deal with this. So what you can do is you can go into outdoor activities and look at the seed packets. You can buy all the basic seed packets, the catnip, magical items, basic flowers, fruits, vegetables, and you can open these seed packets up and plant one of each item, and that'll help you with your freelance botanist aspiration. One of the first tasks is to plant 3 items, and the second task is to weed or water your garden 10 times. One of the things I really like to do with my garden is make sure that everything is in alphabetical order so that I can find it later and I can see where I need to add to my garden and what I already have very quickly. I've done this enough times with the gardening that otherwise it's really hard for me to remember what sim has already planted this, that, or the other. So I find it to be a helpful organizational tool. One of the things that I will do is I will overhang my roof on my garden so that my fruits, vegetables, and flowers will grow year round. There are a few plants that do grow year round, like sage and lemon, but otherwise, because you have the seasons pack, your fruits, vegetables, and other plants will grow seasonally. And so if you don't have the roof overhang, they won't always produce for you. That roof overhang can look really goofy, but there's a cheap and easy solution to make it look a little bit more traditional. You can add columns underneath the corners, and this makes it look a little bit better, a little more architecturally correct. So with as many plants as I've planted here, you would think that I should be able to fulfill the second task of the freelance botanist aspiration to water 10 plants. But the thing is I got interrupted and distracted by the welcome wagon, and I changed my aspiration from freelance botanist to popularity and friend of the world, which allows your Sims relationships to not decay, which is handy to have. But I got distracted by the welcome wagon. I was introducing myself to new Sims, and I forgot to change my aspiration back to freelance botanist when I began watering. Now, since I'm playing without cheating and I haven't saved recently, I can't go back and redo that, which is fine because I will have an opportunity tomorrow morning in game after about 5 a.m. to water or weed plants that need it, and I will still be able to complete this task, the aspiration, just not as quickly as I wanted. Because I am interacting with other Sims on my property, I am going to take that pile of presents and put it in my Sims personal inventory for a few minutes because there's an interaction that Sims with the mischief skill can do. They can prank a present, and then your poor Sim ends up opening a lump of coal or a lone carrot or even nothing at all. And you'll disappoint your Sim when this happens, so it's easier to just take that pile of presents and stuff it in your Sim's inventory briefly and then bring it out again when your neighbors are gone. If you absolutely can't stand the welcome wagon and your Sim is a loner and you don't want them to interact with any other people, you can use an interaction called Send Home, which you'll see available, and then you can send the Sim home. There won't be any negative consequences to your relationship, but there won't be any positive consequences either. Like if you do a friendly introduction, or if you ask about their career, or you use charisma and brighten their day, or any of the other interactions that allow you to start building a friendship with your neighbors. So that's really up to you. One of my Sim's personality traits is unflirty. This Sim is really uncomfortable around displays of affection or romance, and my Sim got tense because Bob and Eliza Pancakes were busy flirting with each other and blowing kisses into an unflirty Sim. That is just immediate tenseness. So I just tried to put my apple tree under my roof overhang, and it won't fit because I built my building with the lowest height setting, and you have to be to at least medium height to be able to have trees grow under your roof. So I quickly changed the height of all my walls to medium height, and now I can put my apple tree underneath my roof along with my plantain tree. Now that Bob and Eliza Pancakes are gone, I can clear out my notification wall a little bit. I tend to leave skills there at their highest levels so that I know how much improvement I've made and how much I still need to do. Thanks for sticking with me. I hope you found this video to be helpful in figuring out how to start playing The Sims 4. It's a great game. It can just seem overwhelming with all the game packs, the expansions, and all of that. So I hope you're ready to go out and start conquering Sims 4, and I'll see you next time. Hit subscribe. Thanks.